Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Wish You Luck, back at it again with another YouTube video. And in today's video, I wanted to do something different. A lot of people have always asked me since Destiny 1 to do a Q&A. Wish Q&A, wish Q&A, wish Q&A, wish Q&A. So if this video does well, I will do another Q&A. You can leave your questions for me down below in these comments. I originally asked my Twitter for some questions and Twitter came in hard. A pause. And so I'm going to use these questions from Twitter. If you don't already follow me on Twitter or any of my other social media, you should probably go do that so that you can be in a video. So Babetron asks, what was the first video game you've ever played? First video game I've ever played was Pokemon Yellow on the Game Boy Color. It was probably the first video game that I cared about. I used to be a big Pokemon head when it was yellow, red, blue. And then I just kind of fell off as Pokemon, you know, ultimately evolved into like 15 different generations and 1,000 different Pokemon, and now there's like Garbagemon and Doodumon and fucking Coughmon. Like, you know, Pokemon got way too complicated for me. So Pokemon was definitely the first game that I ever played and cared about, I would say. Deceived asked me, how is my wife and Luna? They're fine, thank you. Nyoxy asked, if you could fix a few things about Destiny, what would you fix? I get this question quite often, and I give the same answer every time. Destiny needs an anti-cheat. Destiny needs an evolving ecosystem, meaning the Crucible needs to change and change often. And Destiny ultimately just needs love. It needs love from its developers. Right now, it feels like the developers are completely neglecting the game. So those are my top 3 things for Destiny. And, you know, anti-cheat. Brand new environment that evolves every couple days, and for its developer, or not every couple days, but every couple months, and its developers to love the game. When did you first realize you could have a career in gaming? TK Lim 2430 asks. I first realized that I could have a career in gaming when I was 12, and that was when I went to my first ever Halo 3 or Halo 2 LAN, and I placed like 6th or something, but it was my first ever LAN, you know what I mean? And I was only 12 years old. So I was like, okay, let me take gaming more seriously. And then my dad, he took my earnings from that tournament. I was like $40, and I was like, Dad, can I buy Xbox Live and you buy me my Xbox? You know, that's a solid trade. My dad spends $300 on a console. I spend $40 on Xbox Live. He was like, you know, give me straight A's and you can have your console. So what did I do? I gave him straight A's. And lo and behold, my dad started my gaming career with a big old black and green Xbox, and I started playing Halo 2, started playing Halo 3 on the 360 shortly after, and yeah, the rest is history. Here we are. Dawn Patrol says, what are 5 of your greatest real life heroes outside of sports? So 5 of my greatest real life heroes outside of sports. Oh, that's so fucking tough. Well, let's just go with the generic. My dad, my sister, my wife, outside of sports. I don't know if I have that many heroes, man. See, I look up to like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Derek Jeter. Those are really, really, really big points of inspiration for me. They kind of taught me how to behave in the sports environment, taking something away from all of those guys. So but you know, the generic, my dad raised me, my dad taught me everything he knows. I'm very grateful for all the sacrifices my parents have made for me, but my dad specifically, because my parents were separated, and I lived with my dad since I was like 8. So, you know, my dad has pretty much taught me everything he's known, and I've always done whatever I could to make my dad happy. My sister has always been like a mom to me. She's been around when no one else was. And then my wife, she has to fucking deal with me every day. So definitely a hero, man. Definitely a hero. Would you ever go back to Twitch if they apologize and unban you? Right now, I'm focused on growing my YouTube. I try not to focus in life on the what ifs, or, you know, what if this happens? If A happens, then B happens. I don't live life like that, you know. I live life on what I have in front of me, and right now, what I have in front of me is YouTube, and I want to focus on YouTube, and I want to grow YouTube, and I want to do everything I can to be successful on YouTube. How did you and your wife meet? I want the full love story. How did me and my wife meet? Me and my wife met in high school. We both had a friend named Naya, and her and Naya used to eat lunch together every day. And one day I went downstairs and Naya was sitting with her, and my wife at the time, who was, you know, she was single. She was just regular sophomore in high school. She was eating a Lunchable, and I walked up to her and I took her Reese's from her Lunchable. And I started teasing her about it, you know, like, oh, this is mine now, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, you better give that shit back. You know, she's Hispanic. She's Latina. She's got a lot of spice to her. So, and then the same day, that same exact day, she was in the library studying in like 6th period. And she was hanging out with one of my friends, Carlos, at the time. And I went and I sat down with them and started bothering her, you know, making her goof off. And, I remember I took a pen from her. I took one of her pens and she bit the shit out of me. Like, she bit me so hard she broke skin. And so that was when I knew. Like, it was at that very moment that I knew that was going to be my wife. It was because she was willing to kill me over a pen. And if that's not going to keep life exciting, then, you know, what the hell is? Yeah, it's, the rest is history, man. We've been together for the most part since high school. Pretty much all of college we were together, and then as soon as we both graduated from college with our bachelor's degrees, we had a baby. We've been living together ever since, and I love her to death. What is your favorite gaming moment? Is it from the Halo days, or is it from Destiny and onward? My favorite gaming moment would probably have to have been Guardian Con 1. And the amount of like recognition I got when I went there, it was like I was almost a fucking superhero, you know, like having people come up to me, ask me for my autograph, ask me to sign their shirt, ask me to take pictures. It's not something I've ever done before. It's not something I've ever thought about, you know. I don't do Twitch for fame, you know. I do Twitch or not Twitch, you know, just streaming in general. Sorry, Freudian slip. Yeah, whatever. I do video games, I do streaming, I make content because I enjoy playing video games. I'm good at the video games, and I like to show you guys that I'm good at the video games, and I want to teach you guys things, and I want to help you guys get better. You know, ultimately, I always tell my carries the same thing in trials and in comp. I say the point of playing with me is to never have to play with me again. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make you smart enough so that, and good enough so that you never have to pay me again. You know what I mean? It's not, you're not a never-ending loan to my life. I'm just trying to help you get better. So it's kind of weird that I can go to an event and have so many people come up to me, wish you luck, oh my god, dude, you're the fucking greatest, you're the GOAT, I love you, you're so, it was just incredible. The first Guardian Con, big shout out to Gathalion for even talking me into it. I wasn't gonna go to Guardian Con up until 2 days before the event. And I remember I DM'd Goth. I was like, fuck it, man. Like, I'm going to make a dono goal and we're going to go. And he's like, try. So I made a dono goal. And within like 33 minutes of streaming, we had raised like $800 for me to fucking go to Guardian Con. So I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm going. And I got to Florida, got a rental car. Goth invited me over to his house. And we had food. And now everyone was there. All the content creators were there. And I met Tifa for the first time. This was before Tifa was even big. And me and Tifa hit it off. Like, that was where our friendship started. Tifa's a fucking goofball, and I met all the Destiny content creators, and people were still fucking afraid of me. Don't get me wrong. Like, majority of the people there were looking at me sideways, like, oh god, this is Wish, the big scary guy. But anybody who really knows me, Say No to Rage, She Snaps, they all know I'm a nice guy. Just don't get on my bad side. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely Guardian Con 1. Favorite gaming moment ever. Kidney Kid, are you still trying to break that 500-pound deadlift? Break? I already broke that shit. I was on a 550 deadlift before I fucking broke my back. My back is broken. Mike, Final. How do you feel about the Destiny community's attitude towards you? Do you think it will change? Where do you think the animosity comes from? Was it different when you were playing Halo and Fortnite? How have you grown over the years, game and personally? Okay, so how do I feel about the Destiny community attitude towards me? I would say the Destiny community's attitude towards me is unique, because I feel like in a lot of instances in a lot of instances I feel like if someone else had said exactly what I said but typed it differently, there would have never been a problem. I guess that's the best way for me to put it. A lot of the time what I say in the Destiny community it gets taken out of context, it gets misconstrued, it gets twisted to fit an agenda, and then people run with it like, oh yeah, let's paint this image of this bad guy. And it's been happening for so long. Like, it originally started with you know, my name is Bife misquoting me, and the entire community was calling me a misogynistic piece of shit, and that video had millions of views. And so like from there, immediately from there, the negative picture of me was being drawn, and ever since then it's just something I've had to deal with, man. Like, a lot of people don't realize the effect that my name is Bife had on my name, and just like making it super negative. And at first, you know, I was young. How old was I when I was streaming Destiny? I was like 22. I was really young, and I was just like, fuck it, man. Like, if this is how I'm gonna get popular, let's fucking run with it. Bad news is good, you know. No news is what's it called? Oh, bad publicity is good publicity. You know what I mean? Like, back then, that's how I was thinking, because just getting a name for yourself in Destiny was really difficult at the time. And I think it just gets blown out of proportion nowadays. Like, I pretty much got banned on Twitch because of Destiny. You know what I mean? I got banned on Twitch because there was a hacker in our game, and he had a Twitch stream in his URL. So I, you know, clicked on his Steam profile, saw the Twitch stream, and I was like, chat, you know what to do. And then I, you know, backed out of his Steam profile, and Twitch essentially permabanned me for inciting abuse towards someone. I don't really know how that adds up, but that was why I got banned on Twitch, for those of you guys that are wondering. And it's just like things like that, you know. Destiny has given me so much, but it's also taken so much away from me. And don't get me wrong, I understand that my actions have consequences, but you guys need to also understand, and if you don't understand this, then you're obviously already have a personal bias. The best way to put this. There are things that I can't do that other content creators can do. And I think in a business environment, that's extremely bullshit. I think that's the only way to put it. If everybody has to follow a certain guideline, then everybody has to follow a certain guideline. It's not fair to hold certain people to a higher standard, or certain people to a stricter standard. Like, you have this set of rules and this person has this set of rules. So it is what it is at this point. There's nothing I can do to change how Destiny feels about me. Nothing I can do to change how the community feels about me. They're gonna feel like what they're gonna want to feel. You know, PvP community is a very dog eat dog world, and I signed up for it. So my goal is to not necessarily blow up on Destiny, because, you know, that peak has definitely subsided. My goal is to find another game after Destiny has run its course, or if a new game comes out similar to Destiny. My goal is to find another game and make a name for myself, and hopefully build a community there. I almost did it with Fortnite, like you asked, that where do you think the animosity comes from? Was it different when you were playing Halo and Fortnite? There wasn't really animosity in Fortnite, and this is going to sound really conceited, but that was because I was a 275-pound man at Fortnite events, and Fortnite events were mainly like 12-year-olds, so not a lot of animosity there. Everybody seemed really cool in the Fortnite community. All the pros got along with me, and the animosity definitely was more towards the game in Halo, because Halo community, you know, they know how to banter in game and not necessarily let it affect their own feelings out of the game, and Destiny community doesn't really have that outlook on life. So I don't know, man. Kowalski, thank you for the great question. I don't think I can ever change how the Destiny community looks at me, but that's not my job. My job is to be a content creator for the people who do want to support me and do want to watch my shit. So thank you guys. I'm going to stop the Q&A there. I have way more questions to answer, but I'm already out of footage. So I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for watching this video and asking these great questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this short Q&A. Maybe we'll do another part to this. If you guys, like I said, if this video gets 500 likes, I'll do another Q&A episode and we'll continue spilling some beans on Wish You Luck. Please don't forget to ask questions below this video if you have any for me, and I will try to get to them in the next one if we make another one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, drop a comment, drop a sub, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.